After watching Scream 6, I realized radio silence hinted at the possible return of Stu Macher. Let's get into it. Welcome back, I'm Sippin' Ice, and the newest installment of the Scream franchise, Scream 6, has been making big waves with the largest opening weekend in the box office. That being said, there's obviously going to be a Scream 7 greenlit any day now, but what I want to talk about is our main man, Stu. I do want to warn you, spoilers are ahead for Scream 6 and a little bit of Scream 5. During the entirety of Scream 5, Stu has only had like one real reference, which was that of an Easter egg YouTube video, but Scream 6 changed that. Scream 6 has mentioned the shaggy ghost face numerous times. First, I do want to acknowledge that the question mark scene is at most an Easter egg, because the true intention of it is to show that the mask was still missing. Because during that scene, they were looking at all the previous killers, and they were saying, alright, we have this person's mask, and this person's mask, but we don't have his mask, their mask, or their mask. And Stu's mask was one of the missing ones, so that's what they were really talking about. That's not like a question mark talking about, is he really dead? But I mean, it could be an Easter egg, but that's at most what I think it is. The real hints happen at the shrine. For instance, like when Mindy and Kirby are talking, they bring up the popular conspiracy where Kirby believes that he is dead, and Mindy says, if you believe it.
Are you sure about that?
During the finale, Kirby takes out Ethan with the same TV that took Stu out, almost to say, see, he can't be alive. But what's the Scream franchise if not for subverting expectations? Maybe that's just their way of being like, oh, maybe he's not. See, obviously he can't be, but really? Is he? Now, I'm not saying this at all proves he is alive, but what if? What if Stu is running things behind the scene and this was Radio Silence's way of telling us? What if Stu was in charge of Jason and Gary? Because we do know that they weren't connected to the main killers of the movie, and he could be telling them what to do or give them the knowledge and drive to do it. It's kind of like what Billy did. He was once peer pressured, maybe now he can peer pressure others.
Hello? Oh, Stu. What's your motive? Billy's got one. The police are on their way. What are you gonna tell them?
Peer pressure. I'm far too sensitive.
I'm in the camp that wants Matthew Lillard to come back, but only in a smart way. I don't want the prison strat. I don't think that would work out too well. But if he doesn't even return at all, then I'm still happy because Radio Silence hasn't steered us wrong yet. So I know regardless, Scream 7 is going to be a good movie. And, I mean, look at Scream 6. I mean, that was a fantastic, it's a sixth movie in a franchise, and they still are making them good like that. So, I'm not really necessarily worried about it. I would like them back if there was a way to do it, which obviously I have my own thoughts on, and there's a lot of, theories out there as what they could do. But, take that with a grain of salt. It's also crazy to think about. A TV landed on him is what took Stu out. Now, if we really think about that, I mean, in the Scream franchise, that's not something that'll really kill somebody. If it's not a straight up shot to the head, they still could be alive. I mean, look at my boy Chad. Bro got stabbed like 107 times, and, he wasn't even phased. He had a little oxygen mask on, and he's like, yeah, rock on, Core 4. Which, I don't know how he survived that, but I am glad he did. He was like my favorite character from this new movie. But, with that being said, a TV fell on Stu. Does that mean he died? I mean, because there's a lot of people that says, he like whimpers right after the little electrocution part or whatever. So a lot of people are like, maybe that's just him like, conking out. That's not him dying. What if he actually didn't die from that and he survived and now he's just mad? He's not doing it because of peer pressure anymore. He's just mad. So, I mean, with that being said, because I mean, the entire franchise relies on them saying it has to be a shot to the head. Has to be a shot to the head. And I mean, he wasn't shot to the head. Most of the other killers have been shot in the head. Most. With that being said, a TV falling on the head, does that mean he died? I don't know. It's just like with the people saying that Chad should have died. Well, if that's the case, Stu's dead. But if you think Chad's okay with surviving, then you got to be okay with Stu surviving. And that's just, plain logic. Because, I mean, yeah, that TV's probably heavy, but I mean, it didn't squish his head because how would he wouldn't have been making noise if it squished his head, let's be honest. Radio silence in Scream 5 and in Scream 6 have been doing major callbacks to the original movie. Scream 5 was a play on Scream 1, and Scream 6 has been a play on Scream 2. So what if, obviously the next thing is Scream 7 going to be like Scream 3? Well, I don't think they're necessarily going to be like that because Scream 3 was kind of a major flop. But what if they go with Scream 3's original script idea that Kevin Williamson came up with, where there was a cult of ghost faces led by Stu Macher? And maybe this entire movie has been them hinting at that possibility, because we've had more than 3 ghost faces in this movie alone. We had technically 5. We didn't really see Gary don the mask, but he was confirmed to be a ghost face. So what if it's just been hinting at it, like, alright, Stu's going to be the mastermind of Scream 7, and he's going to have a cult of ghost faces trying to take down Sydney and the new group. Because obviously I think they're going to try and bring back Sydney for this movie, because I think they should offer her more money. Give my girl some money, man. So hopefully they do give her the money and she returns, and I think that's going to be a major thing, because they did even say Scream 6's whole entire plot was kind of changed when Neve Campbell didn't return for this movie. So what if? I'm not saying he's coming back, but what if, man? What if? But that's my take on it all. What's your thoughts? Do you think Stu is alive? Do you want him to return? Let me know down in the comments, and as always, I appreciate you all chilling with me for a minute. Like and subscribe for more content just like this, and I will see you next time.
Because let's face it, baby, these days, you gotta have a sequel.